Hello guys, good afternoon. This is Mike Padua and we are back to our latest update on KARDING, and it is now a severe tropical storm. It is continuing to rapidly intensify during the past 12 hours. So this is our Saturday edition of our update for September 24, 2022. And this is our English version brought to you by Typhoon2000 in partnership with Aboitiz Power and Noru College Foundation. Let's begin with our update. Here's the fast animation from the University of Wisconsin Tropical Cyclone page, showing to you the wide scope of the Western Pacific. We have here Noru or KARDING rapidly accelerating towards the west-southwest in the general direction of now Central Luzon. That's the path now of the storm. And we have another area of low pressure somewhere here in the vicinity of Marianas, which is not expected to go to the Philippine Islands. It is forecast to move in the general direction of the open seas. Okay, so we don't have any problem about these weather systems. And another low pressure here forming along the coastal areas of northern Vietnam. So our focus is on severe tropical storm KARDING, which is now packing sustained winds of 100 kilometers per hour, and it's likely to reach typhoon intensity anytime today. And the rain bands is still quite conservative, around 250 kilometers in radius, and it's only within that area that the worst of the storm will be felt. So based on the forecast track we're going to show to you in a while, it is likely to endanger the areas of Central Luzon. Metro Manila will not be spared because of the still moving, because of the forecast motion of the system, which is continues to dig down towards the south. And for the Bicol region, only the areas of Camarines Norte will be affected by the outer rain bands, but nothing more than that unless it dip more to the south. But most likely it will start to move towards the west as the high pressure region to the north relaxes a bit. And here's the zoom in satellite animation from University of Wisconsin Tropical Cyclone page. As you can see, the feeder bands is already here. So likely it will bring some light rainfall across the Bicol region, particularly over northern Catanduanes and the coastal areas of Camarines Sur like Partido and Camarines Norte. But mostly it's gonna be cloudy with some breeze of 20 to 40 or up to 50 kph because of the combined effects of the outer bands and the habagat or southwest monsoon. But it's currently blowing from the west because of the orientation of this tropical cyclone. So it's rapidly intensifying, but I hope it won't get past category 2 or 3 because it's gonna be a dangerous system. It's having some similar characteristics of the past Typhoon Basyang, which passed over Metro Manila. So that's the same characteristics that we are observing right now on this weather system. Here's the windy.com zoom in satellite animation. This is the latest one, valid up to 3:45 this afternoon. So we have some array of thunderstorm clouds moving into the Philippine Sea, but not yet touching any landmass of the affected areas. Most likely the areas of Central Luzon, including Metro Manila, portions of the Bicol region will be affected by the outer feeder bands, which is this one, beginning tomorrow early morning. And the main circulation might affect the whole of Central Luzon, this area, beginning tomorrow noontime until the early morning of Monday. So it depends on the forward speed. Right now it's moving west-southwest at 26 kilometers per hour. It's quite accelerating as of this time. And the winds is already nearing 120, just 10 kilometers shy of becoming a category 1 typhoon. Right now it's around 100 to 110 kph. Gusting up to 130 to 140. Meanwhile, over to the south, across Mimaropa and the Visayas, including Mindanao, they will be affected by the enhanced southwest monsoon, where winds from the west and southwest will
be expected across these areas. So expect more thunderstorms throughout the weekend, as Karding will enhance that wind system. And we have another troughing here, courtesy of another LPA to the south of Guam, but we are always observing the Pacific for any back-to-back weather systems after this tropical cyclone. Okay, here's Karding on our track as of 11 a.m. So the track now points over to the southern portion of Aurora. That's where it will make landfall between 4 to 6 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. So it depends on the speed. If it speeds up, maybe at 2 p.m. But if it slows down, maybe at 6 p.m. So it depends on the movement or the general acceleration of this typhoon. Okay, it is forecast to reach 140 or 150 kph before landfall. And we are also going to show to you in a while the wind forecast from the various models, or from the various wind models. Okay, so if we zoom this in, there you go. So by tomorrow morning, it will be around 200 kilometers north of Naga City. This is Naga City, so expect some cloudy conditions, light to moderate winds from the west because of the habagat or the southwest monsoon, maybe around 20 to 50 kph, and some cloudy conditions with light rains. Sometimes if there are thunderstorms passing by, there will be some brief moment of heavy to intense rainfall or extreme rainfall. But if the circulation doesn't expand, it will just be cloudy with some light rains. Okay, so it depends on the movement. If the movement will move farther to the south, then it's a different story. We could have winds of 30 to 60 kph and some on and off rainfall, occasional rainfall. Okay, because of this circulation of that typhoon. So it is forecast to reach that much, 140 by tomorrow morning here, and before landfall it could reach as high as 150 or 165. It depends on how warm is the oceanic heat content to the east of northern Quezon or to the east of Baler, Southern Aurora. And it is expected, if we follow this track, 8 p.m. tomorrow, that will be Sunday evening, it will be roughly 25 kilometers north of Cabanatuan, and they will experience some damaging winds because of the compactness of this system. And it will weaken into a tropical, severe tropical storm because of the fictional effects of the landmass of Central Luzon and then the Zambales Mountains. And around 2 a.m., okay, it will be emerging over the coastal areas of northern Zambales. Then 8 a.m. on Monday, September 26, it will pass very close to the Panatag or Scarborough Shoal. And in the evening of Monday, it will be out of the Philippine area of responsibility. And it is likely to regain typhoon intensity once it moves out over to the West Philippine Sea and out of the Philippine area of responsibility by Monday evening. So that's the forecast. Please take note of the cone of uncertainty. This is it, okay? Because if ever the typhoon continues to dig down, there could be a sudden shift to the track. There could be some changes on the forecast track. So this area or cone of uncertainty is just to make sure the probability that the typhoon could move more to the south or eventually move up. Okay, so the track could move like this way or this way. So there's some chances that may happen. It depends on the strength of the steering high pressure ridge to the north of this system. So that's the scenario. So folks from Metro Manila up to Benguet, Ifugao, Mountain Province, and La Union, please monitor the progress or the track of this system within the next 24 hours. The crucial moment will be tomorrow morning because it's only 12 or 6 hours before it makes landfall over Luzon. So let's hope and pray it will not rapidly intensify because it's still passing over a warm pool of oceanic heat content that could boost the wind speeds of this storm. And let's also hope it won't expand the rain circulation, because the rain area is only concentrated from the southern part of northern Luzon down to southern Tagalog provinces, and the worst of the rainfall will be along 200-kilometer radius. Okay, so that will be along the areas like Aurora, Northern Quezon, Quirino included, southern part of the Vizcaya, and also I already mentioned Ecija. Okay, and then Tarlac, Pangasinan, Zambales, portions of Bulacan. Some portions of Bulacan will also be affected because of the combined effects also of the southwest monsoon, but let's wait and see because of the forecast, because the forecast models only show these areas. But yeah, so that's it. That's the track. Now the coastal areas of Isabela down to the northern coastal areas of the Bicol region, please take all necessary precautions for possible 2 to 3 meters of storm surge, since the storm is expected to reach typhoon intensity. So 2 to 3 meters is conservative, that it may affect the coastal areas of these provinces from northern Bicol up to eastern sections or eastern coastal areas of Isabela. Okay, and then here's the Asian tracks. So most of them agree it will pass over Aurora and cross the northern parts of Central Luzon, while the latest computer model, we're going to refresh this. Okay, it still doesn't show the European model, but based on the latest now, the American model is making it landfall over Polillo, and it will pass very close to Infanta, so it's more to the south. But so far, most of them is along Aurora province and the northern portions of Central Luzon. Okay, and later on our next update at 8 p.m., we will know if there are some southward movement on the track. But let's hope and pray it won't be further south. But let's hope and pray that this system must not intensify rapidly. Okay, and here's the reason on why the storm is still intensifying. Because it continues to pass over high oceanic heat content or warm pool of sea surface temperatures. That's why the system is intensifying, and it could reach typhoon intensity before it makes landfall over Luzon. And here's the multi-model diagnostic comparison on the wind speeds. So one model, the HWRF, forecast it before landfall to hit 175 kph. Okay, so it's on the boundary of a category 3. Now if we take a look on the another model on the winds, including the CHIPS ensemble, wow, this is quite high, because the model forecasts it to reach at super typhoon intensity. That's 270. It's quite high. So this black thing is the actual wind observed, and this is the forecast of the JTWC. But take note of these figures, because sometimes storms reach this high. Okay, so there's a possibility that it may reach at category boundary of a category 3. 170 or 185, which is category 3 already. So that's the forecast of the CHIPS ensemble. So anything is possible since it's a small system, but it's becoming an average size system. So let's be prepared for the worst of this system. And here's the latest wind shear product. As of 2 p.m., as you can see, the storm is now over favorable intensification because of lower upper level winds. That's the reason why it intensified rapidly from 75, it became 85, and now it's almost 110 kph. So because of this low wind shear. So let's hope and pray that the storm won't intensify further. But again, please take all necessary precautions because the ocean here, or the sea, is still warm enough to pump up the wind speeds of this tropical cyclone. Since we are now on the age of climate change, so we expect this kind of weather disturbances on a quick intensification process before making landfall. Okay, so we will keep you updated again. By tomorrow, we will return to show to you what will be the result of the forecast. So folks down there in Central Luzon, southern portions of Northern Luzon, Baguio, Mountain Province, Cagayan Valley, please also be on the lookout because of the many changes of the track. Maybe it could move more to the north, so that your provinces will be affected. But if the track goes those areas over Central Luzon, please be prepared since the storm is expected to touch down late afternoon and throughout the evening of Sunday or tomorrow evening and until the early morning of Monday. So let's hope and pray that this won't do any damage, and be prepared for the approach of this category, soon to be category 1 or 2 typhoon. Okay, again, this is Mike Padua reporting. Stay safe always. #WeatherWiser, #TyphoonWiser, and thank you so much for watching our channel.